All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys' first week is going great. So, today, we'll be talking about mindful eating and what it truly means to eat mindfully within every meal. So, before I get started, again, if you don't know who I am by now, my name is Vanessa Velasquez. I'm a dietitian as well as a health and mindset coach. So, mindful eating is something that I use throughout my whole practice and with my clients. So it's something that has really worked for my clients. So I'm so happy to share this with you guys. So yeah. So before we get started, I just want to ask a couple of questions just so we know why mindful eating is so important and why are we talking about it today. So when I talk about mindful eating, it's a little bit of everything combined. So healthy eating, it's not only what you eat, but also how you eat. So when I talk about how you eat, I'm talking about where are you sitting? What are you doing? Are you by yourself? Are you with someone else? Most of the time, since us Americans live a very busy lifestyle, it's very common for us to have at least one meal out of the day, let's say in front of the TV or using our phones or on the way to work. So that happened to me. I'm guilty of it. And that is okay, but just being aware of what you're doing is going to be very important. So since we like to multitask, I want to take a second and just ask everyone. So what do you think usually happens to the amount of food that we eat while we're multitasking, while we're using our phones, or while we're distracted with the TV? So just take a moment and think about that. If the chances are that you say that you're distracted and not focused when you're eating, that you're on the right path. So that's the most likely cause of that, most likely what you'll be doing. So when we multitask, we tend to divide our attention between our food and whatever else we'd be doing, whether it be our phones or on the TV. So we're not fully focused on um, our meals. We're taking all that attention away from enjoying our actual food. So what I want to teach you guys today is exactly that, to be more mindful with your meals. So you might say, okay, Vanessa, what is mindful eating exactly? So, good question. So, mindful eating essentially is choosing foods that you enjoy that still nourishes your body and gives you satisfaction with your meals. So, this means turning all your senses to find pleasure in your food. So this could be like smelling it, fully chewing your meals, tasting it, swallowing, and savoring each bite. So all those steps and really making sure you are enjoying the food in your mouth that you're eating and you're consuming. Another thing that's really big is being aware of your level of hunger and fullness. This is something that's very hard to determine, to see when to stop eating when you're full, or to keep eating when you're still hungry. And we'll be talking about the hunger and fullness scale later. I have a whole presentation or document that I'll be showing you guys, sharing with you guys right now. So yeah. The reason that I brought this up is because most people don't think about or even enjoy the food and the taste of what they're eating. They're simply focused on just on the next bite, on chewing, swallowing, and then eating the next bite. And they just want to finish the meal and move on to something else. Whether you're on the way to work, you just focus on getting to work, or oh my God, you're running late. So the thing here is to really be aware of what you're eating and how you're eating it. So I'm gonna share this document that I have with you. So I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see. And I'm recording, so I hope doing this right. Okay. I hope everyone can see this as well. It says I'm sharing screen, so I hope everyone can see it. So this is what I like to call the mindful eating cycle. And it's a really, really, really good kind of like visual to explain our eating habits and how we do what we do, or why we eat how we eat. It just helps you become aware of your eating habits and your decision making process with them. So the steps to this cycle is when, what, how much, where, and why. So this is the whole cycle that goes through our process when we eat, or at least should go through the process after this life. So yeah. So how do I become a mindful eater, Vanessa? Great question again. So why? You have to know your why. You have to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why do I even care about becoming a mindful eating? Know your why. I always say that, like, know your why you're doing that, because you want to be doing something. You want to know why you're doing it, you know? If someone tells you, oh no, you have to do this, without knowing the reason why you're doing it, it's not going to be as effective as if you are fully aware of why you're doing it, your motives, essentially. So why? You eat to fuel your body to be strong and healthy, to give you pleasure with your food. You want to still enjoy your food. So that's going to be essential. And the why can be different for you too. So being cautious of that is going to be very important. When you decide when to eat based on how hungry you are. And again, we'll be talking about the hungry and fullness scale. That's going to I love that scale. So we'll be talking about that in a little bit. Okay, your what? You get to choose the food that you're eating, because either that's the only thing you have in your fridge, you're eating it because it makes you feel good, because you want to eat a balanced diet, or you have certain stuff that you don't like or you do like, your preference. Just be aware that eating should be enjoyable. You should enjoy your meals. You should do it because you want to, not because you have these strict rules, or oh no, I can't eat this or not. So, and there's no judging yourself. This is a no judge free zone. So I'm making sure that you are not judging yourself or feeling guilty about yourself about what you're eating, or how you're eating it as well. How? You eat for a reason, right? You eat when you're hungry, or you eat to satisfy and your body and your needs. So pay attention to those needs and those body cues that your body is telling you. We want to fulfill those needs. We want to nourish our body. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Nourish your body and mind. So essentially, like they say, it's your brain. Your brain and your gut have a connection. Your gut is like your second brain. It's your stomach's brain. So we want to nourish that and satisfy those needs. Okay, so how much? Are you eating until you're super stuffed? Or are you eating until you're satisfied? Or you're not eating enough to the point where you're still hungry after each meal? So being aware of how much you're eating is going to be really essential as well. Where your energy goes towards living your life, either working, playing, exercising, your daily tasks go. Where you're eating, how you're eating is going to be very important to maintaining all these habits to get you through the day, essentially. So yes. Okay, so this is the scale that I was telling you about. It's what do I want to eat? The hunger and fullness scale. So it's from 1 to 10. So number 1 is you're super hungry. Number 10 is that you're super full to the point that you feel sick. So number 1, you will eat anything at the moment. So this is the point where you're hangry, that you will literally eat anything in front of you. We don't want to be here. Number 2 is starving. So you must eat now at the very present. Number 3 is hungry. Eating will be nice, but I mean, you can wait a couple of minutes or a little while either your meal is ready or while you get home or etc. Number 4 is pangs. You are a little hungry and you start to think about food or your next meal is coming into your mind and be like, oh, actually my stomach's kind of getting a little bit empty. I'm kind of getting full. What should my next meal be? Or snack. Number 5, satisfied. You feel normal. You are not hungry. You are not full. You're not thinking about your next meal or your next snack. Number 6 is full. You can feel the food in your stomach still. So this can be right after eating or a couple minutes before eating, but this is a state where you are full. You know you just ate. There's food in your stomach. Number 7, you are very full. Your stomach feels stretched. You feel very tired. You feel lazy. You might have had a little bit too much. And you are just very, very full, or food coma, as we like to call it. Number 8 is discomfort. So this is when your stomach is too full and you're like, why did I eat too much? Why did I overeat? Or I should have ate this. This is where you're very uncomfortable and you're too stuffed. Number 9 is actually stuffed. This is where your clothes feel tight and you have to unbutton your jeans. I did that. I've been there. So this usually happens around Thanksgiving when you have to like wear the stretchy pants or just unbuckle your jeans. But this is a state where you do not feel good as well. You just feel very sluggish and you just do not like the feeling. And number 10 is when you're sick to your stomach or you're in pain or you just ate way too much food and to the point where you feel sick. So and that's number 10. So yeah, take a moment to just analyze it and think about where maybe you are right now. Like, are you hungry? Are you full? So just take a moment and to look at that. And I hope this, excuse me, and I hope this is familiar to you guys, or after it, you guys will become more aware of it. Okay, so now you're saying, okay, Vanessa, where should I be? What is the best time to eat then? So, great question. So, level 5 or higher, so that's being satisfied. That's when you feel completely normal or full, or you're thinking about your next food. Is something when you eat after you're hungry, or something other than hungry is making you want to eat. So maybe this can be like a craving, or this can be something else that it's in front of you, but some other motives. You're full. So again, this is number 5 or higher, so 5 and 10. So this is when you're full. So this can be like after dinner, you get that sweet tooth, and hunger is not your main motive. It's something else that's making you eat other than being hungry. Number 4 is pangs. This is when you're a little hungry, so it's the right time to have food or some kind of snack and be ready to eat. So being a little bit hungry, starting to think about it and be like, okay, I should probably get a snack before I become hangry. So level 3 or 2, which is right here, starving and hungry. This is a perfect time to start eating. You're hungry, food would taste good, you enjoy your food. So this is where I recommend hungry and starving. So it's not to the point where you eat anything in front of you, but to the point where you're like, I'm hungry, I should probably eat something. But it's not to the point where you're just like, I need something now. So your emotions, the angry feeling, it will not contribute to your eating or to your next meal. Number 1, You do not want to eat at this until this level. You're probably not going to make good decisions about eating. You'll probably overeat. This is where this is where you will most likely overeat, because you went a long time without eating, or you didn't eat at the time that you felt hungry. So that is what I recommend. Okay, and you might say, okay, Vanessa, what should I do? Like, what are some of the tips that you recommend me? And good questions. So, I'm gonna go over, let's see, which one is it? Here are some helpful tips that I like to go over. That way you guys can really contribute to this healthful eating. And on my next live next month, we'll be going over more topics about like when and where and all that kind of stuff. But today I just want to present to you with this information. That way you guys become aware of it and leave you guys off with some helpful tips. I don't want to overwhelm you because it can be a lot, and I want this to be a step little by little until we can learn this process. So here are some helpful tips that you can work on for the next week. So again, be aware of how hungry you are. Check in with yourselves using the hunger and fullness scale. And I will be providing this and posting it on the group chat. That way you guys are aware and can really look into it. So yeah, and you guys can download it on your phone. You can post it on your refrigerator and just have it with you. That way when you're eating, you can check up on yourself. Be like, where am I at on this scale? So that's a really good strategy. And then again, decide how full you are, or how full you want to be after eating, or how hungry you are. Again, choose foods for yourself and for your body and for your mind, something that you know is going to nourish your body, give you energy, yet still providing good satisfaction, like giving you pleasure within your meals, because you want to enjoy your meals. You don't want to be eating something that you don't like. So want to make sure that you're enjoying your meals. Buy, cook, serve only the amount of food you think you would need. If you're still hungry, you can always go back for more. But if you overserve yourself the first time around, and are, let's say, like halfway through, you're full, but you still have food in your plate, the chances are that you're gonna continue to finish that are going to be pretty high. So just make sure you you don't set yourself for failure. Just serve yourself a small amount. You can always serve more if you're hungry. Eat in a nice environment. Make sure you're calm. You're not any heightened emotions. Make sure you're not sad. And if you are, just take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just try to calm down a little bit. Try some breathing exercise. That way you don't take those emotions to your meals. Make sure you're sitting down in a nice, I know sitting down and be like, Vanessa, I have a busy lifestyle. The chances are me sitting down are going to be hard. But just try to take at least, I challenge you guys to just sit down at least for one meal or one snack out of the day. Don't have any distractions. And see how this works. So use all these tips into at least one meal a day and see what the difference is. Putting your fork down or your spoon between bites and really making sure you're chewing the food is going to prevent you from putting too much food in your mouth and not really enjoying what you have in your mouth. So put your fork down, make sure you're chewing fully and enjoying that meal. Pause in the middle of eating if that helps too. Take a quick second or like a minute or two between when you're halfway done with your meal and check in with your hunger and fullness scale and see how that goes. A quick tip is your brain takes up to 20 minutes for it to decide how hungry you are. So taking this pause in the middle of eating is going to help give that brain time to signal your hunger hunger or fullness cue. So taking that small pause is going to be really important. Notice how your taste buds are less sensitive to the taste of food. Push your plate forward or get up from the table as soon as you feel satisfied. If you still want to enjoy family time at dinner, clean up your plate after you feel full. And then just put it away in the dishwasher or whatever, and then come enjoy some food. Come enjoy your company with your family. So, yeah, I hope this tips and cycles are helpful for you, and I challenge you again to take at least one meal, one snack out of your day to eat with no distractions, putting your fork down, taking that pause, taking small bites, and really checking in with your hunger or fullness scale and see how that is different, how that makes you feel versus when you have distractions during your busy eating. So, yeah, I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a private message or just post in the group chat. And yeah, I hope to hear back from each and one of you guys to see if you guys took on this challenge. So, yeah, I'm going to stop recording now. All right, bye.